Let's go. It's your man Mike Bowens. I'm coming to you once again live and direct. Listen, I'm going to jump right into this. This message is entitled How to Become Unfireable. How to Become Unfireable. Meaning, how can you be a person in today's economy, be secure and not able to be fired? Now, I'm going to jump into it. I'm not going to go around the bush. God designed each and every one of us with unique talents and abilities that other people just don't have to the same capacity. Now, when you understand this, you say, you know what? Not only do I have to live from the inside out, but you start to examine yourself. What comes easier to me, harder to others? What can I do that other people just really can't do? Like, I look at my son, he's like the Black Bill Gates. This guy can create things from technology and talk about e-bots and all this kind of stuff. It blows my mind. I'm like, wow. So we put him in the environment. We put him in classes, special classes that he can enhance what gifting he already has. See, a lot of people try to take classes to learn something that's not innate in them already. I look at my wife for her designing and what she creates. It comes from the inside out of her. Nobody taught her how to do this. Now, if she goes to take classes on what's already inside of her, it's only going to enhance what's already inside of her. Therefore, she's getting ready to launch her own store, right? We're buying a place and she's going to have her own boutique and online store. Once we launch it, I'll get you the information so you know. But you can check her out on her YouTube channel, Regal Designs by Shoshana. Also, my daughter in gymnastics. Listen, she just started and she started in August this year, and she went from level 1, 2 to 3. She's just going through the ranks. Boop, 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 boop. And next thing you know is a traveling team. Her birthday's in February. Before February, she's going to be on the traveling team. 8 years old. So, but it was already inside of her. She was doing it since she was 2 years old. So we just had to put her in something that was going to enhance what already was inside of her. See, once you understand what's already inside of you, then guess what? That's when you begin to focus your energy on that and begin to sharpen your gift, your craft. So then that way, the Bible says, right, your gift will bring you in front of great men. Right? It's your gift that's going to open the doors. It's your gift that God has given you that's going to put you on a greater platform. But if you don't understand what that gifting is and you continue to dumb yourself down, you ever seen some people, they're so talented, they're so gifted, they dumb themselves down. They put themselves in a position where they have a greater gifting than even people who are leading them. Right? And they just continue to dumb themselves down, on being humble, all this stuff like that. And they're not looking at, okay, God gave me this gifting, He gave me this talent. Not saying you can't be an apprentice to someone for a season to learn the intangibles that you don't have, right? Maybe how to manage your emotions, maybe how to manage your time. This is what an apprentice is for. This is what schooling is for. This is what the education is for. But in terms of the gift, right? You don't just stay somewhere if you're not learning those other attributes. So how do you become unfireable? You become unfireable when you begin to use what your God-given talents are in your everyday life. If you take a fish and you put that fish in water, that fish is amazing. You take that same fish, put that fish in the desert, it's going to die. In fact, an animal, a lizard, is going to come and eat it. It's constantly going to have a hard time. It's not going to make it, right? Because it's not built for that environment. Could you be working at a place where you're not built for? Could you be trying to do something that you're not built for? But when you get into another environment, when you get into a decorating environment, when you get to a design environment, when you get into an athletic environment, when you get into a ministry environment, you begin to thrive. You begin to rise to new levels. Why? Because that's the way God designed you. Oftentimes we are learned to look on the outside. We're taught to look at other people and what this person does. But you need self-examination. You need time for you. You need time to write down in a journal what makes you happy, and not only what makes you happy, what are you so good at that people constantly tell you that you're so good at. You're amazing at this. Oh my gosh, you're amazing at this. I love when you do this. and it's not hard for you. See, sometimes we look at the things that come hard to us and feel, I really need to work on that. As opposed to the things that come so easy to you, you don't really think about that because it comes so easy to you. You're like, yeah, I could just do that. I could just do that. I know some people that can sew. Oh man, they can create clothes in their sleep. But because it comes so easy to them, they don't never put two and two together. Maybe I need to have a business in this. Maybe I need to learn the business side of it, right? So I can have my own store, I can have my own clients. Nobody can ever fire you from your gift. Nobody can ever fire you from that. But if you don't tap into what God put you here to do, if you don't tap into the giftings that God gave you, then guess what? You miss out every time. And I want to say to somebody out there, just because you're not a preacher, evangelist, missionary, deacon, or whatever like that, something in church, don't mean that God can't use you, right, outside in the world, right? You may be a person who builds, but God put his spirit, he put his anointing on builders. It's in the Bible, right? He puts people on his spirit on people to build. And God told me this in the beginning of the year, that he's going to begin to launch people out into different fields and areas, right, in the business world where it's not traditionally common. So you may be a person who's a field technician, but God has anointed you to do that, right? You could be a witness about Jesus Christ right where you are as a field technician. You could be a clothing designer. You can be, right, a nurse, a doctor, a therapist, but still believes in Jesus Christ, but you still have these exceedingly great talents in these particular areas. But guess what? He's the one that has given you the gifting. He's the one that's put it inside of you to do these things. So don't let your light be dimmed because it's not traditional, so to speak, of what people think you should be doing. Now, that's how you become unfireable. When you begin to tap into the giftings that God put inside of you. That's how you change your economy. That's how you change your world around you. And that's how you change others. There's people waiting on you to do what God put in you to do. But you can't do it if you constantly look to your job. You can't do it if you constantly look to your job as your source. Right? Don't get me wrong. You're working at that job for a time, and maybe part-time, you're starting something with the talent that God has given you. And in time, if managed properly, if advertised properly, and if this is a gift that God has truly given you, in time, that gift that within that business will begin to earn more than you will earn from your job. And you'll be able to leave your job and work constantly on your craft with your business. But you got to have the knowledge of self. You got to have the knowledge of self. You got to have the knowledge of God. You got to have the knowledge of how business works. I pray this message inspires somebody, because in today's economy and the way things are going, you at a job today, you could be gone tomorrow. But stay there as long as you can while you perfect your craft and begin to take the steps by faith to live out the giftings and talents that God has put inside of you. Until next time, this is your man Mike Bowens. Hey, how about you hit that subscribe button so you can see when I have new videos coming up. And until next time, I'm saying be blessed.